Guys, either welcome back or welcome to the channel. So on today's video, I had a client with a request. They want me to build a 12-inch sub box. So I guess there's nothing to it but to do it. Let's get toasty. All right, guys, and just like that, the 12-inch sub box is complete, full, with a 12-inch sub. Fits it beautifully. Wanted to just make sure that 12-inch sub would fit in the box. I think it came out really well. I think he's going to enjoy it. Said he was going to put it in his truck. I think this will definitely fit in his truck. If you're wondering, I used 3/4-inch plywood. The sides were 3.5 inches wide. The box is 14 1/8 inches across. Turned out really nice. I think he's gonna be really happy with it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Alright, guys. You remember when you were in like elementary or middle school and your teacher would assign you something and you would do the assignment to what you thought that your teacher wanted, and then you hand it in and she kind of looked at you and you were like, what? And you were just completely wrong? Um, when I was told a 12-inch sub box to fit in your truck, um, that's what I thought I made. I mean, it fits a 12-inch sub. I even got a sub to test it out. Apparently, it's supposed to be a 12-inch subwoofer. It's a box for a 12-inch subwoofer. I guess that makes more sense because he said he wanted it to go under the back seat of his extended cab, and I was like, this guy really wants to hide his subs. So I had a little respect there for him, and now I'm just, all right, man. So I guess I'm gonna build a subwoofer box. My bad. Let me give you a quick rundown on how this thing's all going to lay out. So the idea is going to be that the subwoofer is going to sit under the back seat of an extended cab truck, and then I'm going to have like a shelf off of the back of it for the amp. So this is it. So the subwoofer will sit in this box right here. Obviously, it goes from bigger to smaller because that's the way that it sits in the truck. And then this right here is going to go over the transmission tunnel, and that is going to be where little shelf there is where it's actually going to hold the amp. That is the plan, and then we're going to spice it up just a little bit. So let me cut a ton of wood, get it all laid out, and then we'll come back to it. Now I've got like all the parts of the box actually cut. So now what I need to do is I need to make that circle for the subwoofer to sit in on the top. Now there's a couple different ways that you can do this. You can just use a router and actually have the jig, the circle jig for the router, which I don't have. You can also use a really large compass, which again I don't have. So what I did is I just made this little guy right here. So as you can see, I had to do a little bigger. So I just drilled a hole here big enough that the pencil lead will sit through and poke out the bottom, and then the nail that sits there. Put the nail down. It's a 6-inch gap there. Boom, 12-inch diameter circle. And then I'm going to cut out with a jigsaw, which I know you probably want to use a router to get a better circle, but realistically, you're going to put the subwoofer in it, and you're never going to see the circle anyway. So So now that I have like all of the wood cut for the box, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the box together. Now, basically what's going to hold this whole thing together is going to be glue and a couple brad nails. The glue will do the majority of the work. So when you're doing a box like this, you're going to want to really smear that glue all over the place. Got to figure out how I really want to put this thing together, what direction, because it gets kind of confusing. So we'll just start smearing glue and doing cool stuff. So while this thing is gluing up right now and I got it all in clamps, I want to add a couple of raised panels to try to just give a little accent to it and then run some LEDs on those. So I'm going to put a panel on this part and a panel on this part. So while this glues up, I'm going to cut those panels and get working on those. So while paint dries and glue dries, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to run a bead of silicone all the way around all of the seams on the inside of the box. Now, I don't know if this is a necessary step or not, but I don't feel like it could really harm anything. All I'm doing is literally just running a bead of silicone inside. I feel like it'll help kind of control and keep it more sealed for a better boom boom noise. So that's what I'm doing here. So in all honesty, I have built a subwoofer box before, but it was like 15 years ago, and my hands are going crazy right now. So my favorite part and my not favorite part is when you wrap the whole thing in carpet, because A, it brings it together, makes it look really nice, and I don't like it because it's kind of tricky when I don't do it. So this time what I'm going to do though is I do have some Loctite spray adhesive, a couple razor blades, brand new razor blades, and then a staple gun. I don't know if I'm going to use a staple gun or not. And I picked up some carpet off of Amazon. So I'm going to attempt, I hope I have enough carpet, but I'm going to attempt to wrap this thing and make it look really nice. I've never wrapped a box that had all of these weird angles to it, but we are going to give that an attempt here. Alright, I'm trying to tackle something like this with these nooks and crannies I've never done. So I'm going to start off with this side panel because I know that that's going to be the easiest. I'm going to do this, I'm going to not. When I've done boxes, they've just been boxes, so I've just been able to wrap it like a present and call it good. This, obviously a lot different, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the side panel. I'm going to cut that, adhere that, and then we're going to move on from there. So new razor blade, I'm going to overcut, leaving myself a little overhang. I'll glue it off, and then I'll go back through and be able to trim it after it's actually adhered. So brand new razor blade works beautifully. So I made a couple of inserts here, and I wrapped the inserts in vinyl compared to the carpet to kind of give that contrast so you can see them. And what they're going to do there is one will sit here like this, the other one will sit here kind of like this. And then I have these LEDs that I'm going to attach to the tops and bottoms of these things so that these will hopefully glow nice and beautifully. So all I did for these inserts is I then put a spacer board in the back, which I'm just going to screw right through here, into here, and then, yeah. Alright guys, so I did the math. It's actually been 16 years since I built a subwoofer box. So I did these raised panels. I think those look pretty sweet. I'll give you a quick walk around here to show you kind of everything, how I have it all set up. Then I gotta go plug this thing in the truck to check out the LEDs because I don't have a 12-volt system out in the shop. But this is it. So let's do a quick walk around and I'll kind of show you the ins and outs of this bad boy. As you can see from that hole right there, this is a ported box. I do have the pipe that runs inside. These are your raised panels right here. I did these little angly thing for coolness. I got the LEDs up top and below. Not going to show you the below. So the idea will be obviously the woofer will go in here, and then the amp is going to sit back on this shelf unit right here. This, he can probably cut this off, hardwire this in or whatever. Wasn't sure if you'd want this on here, over here. I'll leave that for him. So that is actually the box. It should sit pretty nicely under the seat if the dimensions that I got off from him and online were correct. So let's go plug this thing into the truck. So we're going to end this video in my garage awkwardly with the box sitting on top of the quad. Obviously the LEDs do work. I thought instead of plugging it into my truck, I just plug it into the quad. It seemed a lot easier. Kind of made it a little more awkward. But as you see, all the LEDs do work. Sorry that my voice just squeaked. But that is it for this one. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know. If you didn't, keep it to yourself. See you guys in the next one. So if you guys are wondering if I really went and bought a 12-inch sub from Subway and really built a box for it to fit in, all for a joke for you guys, I did. I did. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was funny. I hope you enjoyed the video. Well, see you on the next one. Fun fact, this sub was 12 inches. Who knew? We weren't really skipping everything else though. I just don't want to get up and hit unrecord. I'm enjoying a sandwich. Kind of awkward watching me eat. I'm gonna hit the button now.